guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I filmed a super colorful, bright, fun look for New Year's Eve. It is just around the corner and I figured why not do something fun, because if you're gonna do anything crazy with your makeup, New Year's Eve is definitely the day to do it. So I used my Urban Decay Full Spectrum palette to create this look along with some Makeup Geek and Anastasia shadows. So without further ado, let's get started. Okay. We're doing a full face today. We're going in. So, first thing I'm going to do is prime. And I'm going to be using two primers. One's going to help to correct the redness on my skin, and the other is going to help to keep me matte and oil-free. This Makeup Forever primer is pretty good. I also like the Becca Poreless Perfecting Primer. If you have oily skin and you haven't tried that yet, I'd definitely check it out because it doesn't let your oil peek through all day, which is so nice. This primer, it's a little extra, okay? It is high-end, but it works so well. Honestly, I was skeptical when I first started trying it, but it's changed my makeup game. So the foundation I'm going to be using today is the Born This Way foundation. I'm in the shade Light Beige. I absolutely love this foundation. I've been using it for a couple of months, and this is the second bottle I've picked up just because I'm that obsessed with it. It looks so natural and it works really well with my combination skin also. I'm going to be using a beauty blender because nothing has really changed. I do want to try using the silicone sponge, I guess what you could call it. So I'm going to see if I can order one of those because I really want to try it out and see how it works. I'm going to correct my dark circles, and lately I've been using the Bye Bye Under Eye by IT Cosmetics. I got a little sample size when I first bought it because I wasn't sure if I was going to like it because I was using the NARS concealer as a corrector, and I absolutely love this because it is such a full coverage, but it's not super cakey under the eye. And it's great, so if you haven't tried it and you're looking for a good corrector, I'd suggest trying this one out. Mine is in the shade Neutral Medium, and I like the shade because it has like a peachy tone to it, so it helps to cancel out my dark circles. Also, I don't apply this with a beauty blender or a brush. I actually apply it with my finger. I just find that because of the consistency, that using my ring finger to just tap it in kind of helps to warm the product and apply it nicer, whereas the beauty blender is kind of going to soak it up and it's not going to be as full of a coverage as it normally would be. So now I'm going to put concealer over top of that, and I'm going to be using the Sephora Bright Future Gel Serum Concealer. I love this concealer, but I hated the applicator, and I recently picked this up again because I liked it so much and they changed it, which is perfect. I love this concealer because it's super hydrating. I'm also going to take it down my nose, put a little bit on my forehead and my chin just to balance out that highlight. I'm going to blend this in with a beauty blender. So now that I have my foundation and concealer on, I'm going to set using the RCMA No Color Powder. I do have this powder in my Laura Mercier container just because the one the RCMA comes with is kind of inconvenient, so I just put it in my Laura Mercier one. So I'm just going to take some on my beauty blender and press it under my eyes, and then just continue to press that into the skin. I'm not going to bake today just because I don't feel like it's necessary, but of course you can always bake if you want to. So I'm also going to take my beauty blender and the same powder and beat it onto my skin. I find that using a beauty blender to set my face with my powder gives a more natural skin-like finish. It also helps the makeup to stay on for longer because it's really pushing that powder into the skin rather than setting it on top. And who doesn't want their makeup to last all day? I do, however, go in with a brush after I press the powder into my skin with the beauty blender just to get off any excess that's sitting on to my skin that hasn't really been pushed in. So I'll lightly dust it off with a powder brush. Now I'm going to contour and bronze with my Hoola bronzer by Benefit. I'm just going to take a Morphe contour brush and dip it into the bronzer and concentrate this strictly in the hollows of my cheekbones, my temples, and my jawline. And then I'll go in with the bronzer and do more of an overall bronzing. Now I'm going to take a powder bronzer brush and I'm just going to sweep the powder in like the 3E motion, just over my temples and my forehead, my cheekbones, and I'm going to take it down my neck as well because we want everything to blend. Also, personally, when I get tan, the tip of my nose gets a little bit darker, so I'm just going to brush the bronzer across like that. Then I'm going to go in with blush, and today I'm going to be using Makeup Geek Infatuation. It is this blush right here, and I'm going to be using a Morphe brush to apply it. I like this. I don't always wear blush, but this is definitely one of my go-tos. I'm going to highlight, and I'm going to be using Mary Lou by the Balm. This is definitely a amazing highlighter because it is so pigmented. Mine broke, but you only need a little bit. I'm just going to dust it onto my cheekbones, and because it's a New Year's Eve look, we're going to go in. We're going to go a little crazy with the highlighter because we can. I'm going to bring it up above my eyebrow a little bit, just like that. I'm also going to put some on my Cupid's bow. You can also put this on the tip of your nose, but because my nose gets oily, I avoid doing that. Then I'm just going to go in with a powder brush and kind of blend everything together slightly so there's no lines of anything. And now I'm going to fill in my brows. I use the Anastasia brow definer. I swear by this. I don't think I'll ever use another brow pencil. It is amazing because it's slanted. It makes your job so much easier. Before this, I was using the Brow Wiz, which I still love, but I can do my brows much quicker when I use this pencil. So when I do my brows, I just line under them, and then I line the top of them and fill them in. Just like that. I'm going to use the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Gel. This stuff, again, is amazing. Anastasia truly is the queen of brows, and this is definitely a ride or die product. Now for the eyes, I'm going to be using Anastasia Burnt Orange, which is this shade right here. I'm just going in with this as a transition shade, so I'm just going to buff it into my crease and upwards a little bit from the inner corner to the outer corner in circular motions. This is a gorgeous warm shade. Honestly, it just is so beautiful. You could just like apply this alone with some mascara and call it a day for like an everyday makeup look. I do that sometimes. Just really warms the eye up. Then once I have that color down, I'm going to go in with Cocoa Bear by Makeup Geek, which is this color right here. And I'm going to put this in directly into my crease. I'm not going to blend it up. I'm just going to put it right in the socket line to add some definition. You could cut the crease, make it as dark as you want. It is up to you. And I'm just simply taking my brush and running it back and forth from the outer corner to the inner corner. Like so. Now I'm going to blend that out with the same brush I used for Burnt Orange. Just going in circular motions. You know the drill. Now I'm going to go in with a pencil brush and Americano, which is this shade right here. It's just a darker, dark brown. And I'm going to apply that in the same spot, but just tighter with a smaller pencil with a smaller brush. This brush is very dense, so it gives me complete control over where the color goes, and it really just helps to apply it nicely. Just going that in and blending that out. I'm going to use the shades Gossip and Delirious. Right here, that's Gossip, this is Delirious. And I'm going to apply that to my outer corner. I'm going to spray my brush with MAC Fix Plus when I'm applying the shade Gossip, just to make it a little bit more pigmented. With this color, you just have to keep building up the pigmentation, but once you build it up, it's bright. Once I have those two shades down, I'm going to go in with this coral shade called Seas, and I'm going to apply that with a synthetic brush sprayed with MAC Fix Plus. So now that I have the shadows down, I'm going to go in with a bit of Peach Smoothie by Makeup Geek in the crease area, just so that everything is blended. And this also helps if any of the darker colors got too far into the crease. I like to call the shade, it's kind of like an eraser shade, so it'll kind of just blend out and take away what you don't want up there. So, just like that. I'm now going to apply Mary Lou, which is the highlighter we used on her face, in my inner corner and under my brow bone. This is going to brighten up the eye and help to bring the look together. And dust it under the brow bone and the inner corner. Now I'm going to add eyeliner, and you can do black liner with this look, but I'm going to do something a little different, and I'm going to use silver liner. This is the NYX Cosmetics Vivid Bright Eyeliner, and it is just a really fun silver shade. You can see right here. It's just really pretty. I'm going to tightline using my NARS Larger Than Life eyeliner. I'm also going to apply mascara. As always, I'm going to be using my Ardell lashes in the style 120. Now I'm going to apply eyeliner to my lower waterline, and I'm going to use the same eyeliner I always use. I don't switch it up. Now I'm going to go in with the same shadows I used on my top lid, so I'm going to take Delirious and put it in the outer corner. Now I'm also going to go in with Gossip and put that in the middle of my lower waterline. Lastly, I'm going to use Seas and put that on my inner corner area. And then I'm just going to go in with my trusty blending brush and blend it out just a bit. So today I'm just going to be using the Bite Beauty lip gloss in, I believe it's in Strawberry. It smells really good. Going over my Bite Beauty gloss with NYX Madeline. It was just a little too pink for me. Lastly, I'm going to spray my face with some MAC Fix Plus. Set everything down. And that is it. So this is the completed look. I hope you guys liked the video. It is definitely different. It is very colorful and very bright. It was really fun for me to film this look because this is not something I would normally do. I just really wanted to challenge myself with some colors and some fun liner. If you liked the video, please give it a big thumbs up. Leave a comment down below what you want to see, or if you want to talk. I just love talking to you guys. I love responding to comments and reading your comments. They really make my day. So comment, leave a comment, let's talk. Also subscribe so you don't miss out on any future videos. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye guys. Let's just jump into the tour. I'm going to be using my Givenchy. So let's jump into the video. What was this? My neck. So let's jump into the, what's this? What is this? I don't know what this is. As always, it is the RCMA I just got some in my mouth. That's gross. My soft boxes.
Oh my god. It's like super bright.
I know, but it looks good on camera.
Oh my god. Like, what, is there a UFO in her room?
Yeah. Thank you guys so much. I drop everything. Always.